Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here, welcome back to another Brown Dust 2 video. Alright, today's video let's talk a little bit about the best characters that you should be recruiting after you have completed every single part of the story up to chapter 8, at least in normal for the time being. Maybe we'll have chapter 9, chapter 10 in the future, but for now, who are going to be the best 5 stars for you to recruit? Just so you guys know, some chapters gives access to certain characters. For example, chapter 4, once you finish this particular one, you have access to Rubia and Olstein right here. You can see these are the unique ones, not counting the 2 regular ones that constantly appear in your pub. For this case in mine is Layla and Anastasia, right? So let's talk about the best candidates per se. Hopefully give you guys the best idea in this video. Let's go. Now, first things first, if you guys are not aware, this is probably not going to matter in the long run. Alright, I feel like eventually you will be able to get every single 5-star out there. Just because how the game is structured right now, at least based on what I can see, if you guys are not aware, the login event, not this one but the login bonus, every 7 days, it seems like you will be able to get one particular scroll for this one. So this is going to be the 5-star scroll used to recruit the 5-star characters. Also, if you guys are not aware already, I've mentioned this in a separate video, you can actually combine the scrolls. By going to the shop, go under this particular section, alright, the one at the bottom one, you can use this, combine the, what do you want to call this, the 3 stars, 10 of these will combine into the 4-star, as you can see as follow, and then you can do this multiple times. The 4-star one can then be used to combine into the 5-star one. You can basically do that if you want to. Not sure if the face cam is blocking anything, but right now you can see I have 11 right here, so I'm gonna use 10 to combine into a 5-star regular contract. So that's gonna give me some extra, some additional. But yeah, don't overdo this though, because make sure you guys, my advice is recruit 3-star first so that you empty them out from the possibility of showing up in the shop. But like I said, eventually you will be able to recruit everyone. So it's just who are you recruiting first? Alright, right now I have Alice and Elena appearing in my tavern, in my pub. Now, in my humble opinion, Olstein is probably going to be the best one moving forward if you are trying to benefit from as much resources as you can. So Olstein, if you guys are not aware, is a character unlocked alongside with Rubia at chapter 4. Alright, so keep in mind that Rubia, you will have 2 variations of her, right? This particular variation will be available for free in the past, day 7. So you'll be able to get this one for free. And then there's this other one that you can recruit from the pub if you want to. This one is actually not bad, but she's much more of a tank. You can see right here, evade the enemy's attack 75% chance for 2 turns. Alright, so the evade chance decreased by 5% for each evasion. She can be good in some cheese stages if you're trying to like apply the evasion and stuff. And this is at level 1. So obviously, right, I do think that she has her uses for sure. But Olstein is just way more useful early on. Now, why is that? You might be thinking, oh, the ability doesn't seem that impressive. Acquire SP, decrease SP. Now, the reason why Olstein is good is not because of his combat capabilities, but rather the passive ability. Let me show you guys. If you go right here, scroll down. Alright, so you can see Olstein Dispatch. So, you will be able to dispatch cats, and as you level up, I believe you'll have access to 3 cats maximum. So each cat is going to give you additional resource that you can benefit from in your progression. This is going to help you a ton. So let's see the first one, Rachu. If I click on this, you can see 2 hours of dispatch time, and this is going to give you 2,000 gold. It's going to give me the 50 of this refining powder. This is what you use to basically upgrade your gears and refine the BBB, CCC, ABC, that thing. And then last but not least, you have the yellow slimes. Now this is at 1 star right now, so if I were to constantly dispatch and upgrade the skills accordingly, I will be able to unlock more, and that's going to give me more rewards. So I'm still yet to do that. If you guys know what Olstein does at 2-star and 3-star, let me know. I know that you will be able to unlock 3 cats eventually. So my priority, in my humble opinion, Olstein should be someone that everybody recruits instantly. Whenever you get access to him, chapter 4 you complete, boom, just recruit him, no question whatsoever. Now let's move on to chapter 5. Who do you have access to in the desert flower chapter? So obviously, you will have access to 2 characters here as well, and that is going to be Rubia and Sylvia. Now, Sylvia is a little bit interesting. So you can see right here, she has an ability that I think is also pretty decent. Alright, if you're trying to bargain with an NPC, you can get up to some percentage of discount. So right here you can see this is going to be at the most beginner level, 35% discount on items with a 55% chance. So that's actually not bad if you're trying to save on, depending on what you're trying to buy. If you're trying to bulk buy, that makes a lot of it makes a lot of sense, especially if you're trying to buy 900 ability pills at once. You're gonna save a lot of money. 35% discount. This is at level 1. Her ability is also not bad. Alright, she basically counters when she gets attacked, and at the same time she decreases incoming damage by 50%. The thing is, she doesn't have taunt. Alright, so you still have to position her in a good way. In PvE, I think she's going to be kind of cool if you can position her and benefit from a counter attack. But in PvP, it's going to be kind of dependent on the enemy's formation. In some situations, yeah, she could be good, but in most situations, it's just RNG because it's how the enemy arrange their, their formation against yours. So she's going to be one of the options right here. And then one more, you'll have access to Rubia right here. Now, in my humble opinion, Rubia is going to be the less important ones between these two. If you have to pick, I would definitely pick Sylvia for sure. Now, Rubia is not bad, but she's a damage dealer. Alright, as a damage dealer, all she provides is, some sort of attack. Cooldown is going to be 5 turns. She also uses 5 SP, which can be a little bit expensive, similar to Rafina. She hits front in this very unique tile range right here. It's like a semi-cross tile, but not really. Also, she is mostly based upon DOT. You can see she does physical damage based off 75% of attack every 3 turns. Obviously, this is at level 1. She doesn't have a passive skill, so that's something to keep in mind. So if you recruit Rubia, you're gonna use her mostly to deal damage, right? Now, is she going to be a super top priority for a lot of players? Probably not. You probably already have access to plenty of other characters by now, including Cry, Wiggle, etc. So I don't see why you would want her unless it's mostly for her design, which, if that's the case, go for it. But between these two, alright, honestly, I'm going to say if you have spare, go for Sylvia. Now let's go and look at Chapter 6. Now Chapter 6, at the tower right here, you will have access to 2 characters as well. One is going to be Layla. Now Layla is a 4-star. If you think you have a value for her, for sure she has this ability where she can basically craft, gears for you. Definitely do upgrade hers over Fred's one because she's a 4-star, right? As you can see, her skill tile is pretty good. You can see she acquires 1 SP for each attack target, and this is going to be stronger when you get her up to +5, right? Since she's a 4-star, that's going to be way easier compared to a lot of other 5-stars. Now, surprisingly, you don't get Celia. Your other option for 5-star is going to be this girl right here called Eclipse. Now, Eclipse is a decent option, but she competes with Lucrezia for the passive skill. Passive skill is this particular one where you create a magic circle, travel to other magic circles in the safe zone. So this is not needed as much. And as for her spell, you can see it's in this cross tile. I still prefer Celia. Like overall, Celia is 3 versus 3 versus her, which is a 5 tile in this sort of X cross tile, right? So she does heal HP. Alright, keep in mind, and that's going to apply to herself. She attacks 3 times. And she decreased SP every turn for 4 turns. That applies to the enemy, which debuffed them. So in a way, kind of cool in PvP, I guess, but it really depends on what you're trying to achieve. Meta-wise, she's not used much right now, but maybe in the future, once they add more costume to her, I can see the potential. But she's not going to be the top priority by any means, unless you are just recruiting her for waifu reasons. With that being said, let's move on to the next chapter, which is Chapter 7. Now, Chapter 7, you only get to recruit one particular character, which is going to be Teresse. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing her name correctly. So, Teresse is a pretty interesting concept overall. She does a very unique job in terms of pushing back enemies. And she also is a sort of battery unit because she gives back 3 SP in terms of the SP cost. She does physical damage, she pushes back enemies, and the knockback target deals 50% of their max HP to the impacted target. You can see right there, right? And also a little bit of extra DOT as well. Very, very fascinating unit because the ability to push back enemies in like a line tile is very unique to her, right? For now, as far as I know, most other characters that can push back, they are like a single target. There are a few characters that can push back to the side, like the Christ uniform costume and also the Emma schoolgirl costume, right? That's something to keep in mind. But yeah, I do think that she has potential if used correctly. However, if you're new to the game, is she a must-have? Probably not. Probably you can consider getting her later. I don't think she should be anyone's priority, at least early on. Like I mentioned, you're going to be able to get all the 5 stars eventually. So just recruit her later on. I think Olstein is still going to be the better character to go for. And then chapter 8, this is where you get to recruit one last character upon completing the Bloody Rhapsody chapter. And that is going to be Liatris. Now, I think I've heard a lot of you guys probably have spoken very positive things about Liatris. So Liatris, by far, is probably going to be the character that everybody recruits first if you are looking for like a damage ability, right? Her passive ability right here, boost movement speed by 25% for 15 seconds. It's like whatever, right? You don't really need this per se. It's like a cool ability to walk around in the map, dodge certain things, but you don't really need that per se. What makes her really strong is she's the only physical damage dealer right now, as far as I know, with a 3x3 tile, skip tile range. And she attacks 5 times, deals a lot of damage. Her damage mostly is going to come from the DOT though. So keep in mind, because right here you can see the secondary effect, deals 30 physical damage based off 75% of attack every turn for 3 turns. Yes, I'm aware that there's not much option in terms of her costume. She only has 1 costume. But this tile alone puts her in like the top tier if you're looking to recruit only 1 character. I would say she should be everybody's choice. Alright, finish chapter 8, recruit her ASAP because this is just insane. Yes, if you don't have like a +1 ability or something, it's gonna feel a little bit lacking. But she's going to be the best choice for a lot of players. She helps a lot in the Evil Castle as well if you're trying to tackle a lot of stage. Definitely something to consider. Now here's the thing, right? Right now, some of these characters definitely feels a bit weird because Liatris is very strong right now. So is Olstein right now. And that's because of 2 reasons. Number 1 is Olstein has a very unique passive ability that's unique to him. So I do think that recruiting Olstein right now makes sense. Now in the future, if there's another character that has a similar ability to Olstein's passive, which could be a chance, they can control cats or dogs or whatever to basically dispatch and gather materials, yeah, sure, I can see Olstein's value might fall off a little bit. Same applies for Liatris, right? Right now her value seems really high because she's one of the few physical damage character that can literally do this, right? 3x3 tile skip. In the future, if there's another character that can do something similar in another costume whatsoever, maybe her value will fall off shortly. But for now, I definitely do think that Olstein and Liatris is going to be the best character that you can recruit. If you can only pick one between Olstein and Liatris, which one should you go for? In my humble opinion, Olstein makes more sense because of the passive ability, and yes, gathering materials etc is going to be very important. While Liatris is really strong, again, I'm acknowledging that this is a very unique tile range and it makes your life a lot easier. There's a lot of other options right now, for example, Cry, Wiggle. If you are able to mix those units or characters together, you will be able to achieve a lot of things. I've already made an Evil Castle Floor 1 guide as well. I think I have a Floor 2 completed. I haven't edited that yet. But definitely, I feel like she is going to be slightly behind in terms of priority, in my humble opinion, if I have to pick one. Now, again, they are very close. Really depends. Like, if you already have 1 Olstein, if you already have 1 Liatris from your pools, right? Maybe you get lucky in your pools, you get off banner one of these characters, then consider picking the other one. But for now, these 2 are the best 5-star character, that you can recruit via beating the story. Hopefully, right now I'm not aware how it works. Eventually, you will be able to get every single character based on what I can observe in this particular login bonus right here. It feels like every week we are getting a 5-star recruitment scroll, right? So if you play this game like long term, in 2 months time, you'll be able to empty out every single one from the tavern. Will they refresh? Like, because it will be quite weird that if you recruit everything from the tavern eventually, then you're not able to recruit more. We'll see the direction of the game, but for now, the next update that we'll be waiting for is the July 6th update. Hey, let me know what you guys think. Hopefully this is helpful to you guys if you guys are still deciding on which particular character to pick using your 5-star scroll. This only applies to the character obtainable after completing the story. Alright, I'm not counting in the characters that appear in the pub, the two like Anastasia, Alec, and those will be you know, up to you guys. You can refer to the tier list if you guys want to look at that. But hey, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe, give this video a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.